Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, I'm very happy to be showing you the Figma Overwatch Tracer figure. You guys probably have seen I streamed Tracer. I streamed Overwatch for a little while. I just kind of haven't been playing it lately, but I'm a Tracer main, so this is very exciting. I'm very happy to have a figure of my main character in the game, and I hope they just make out the entire roster. That'd be so nice. They're such good character designs. There's one thing, there are more, but if there's only one thing that Blizzard's good at, it's character designs. So getting action figures from this game is just fantastic for all of us collectors out there. So let's go ahead and get this off the stand and take a closer look. This figure stands at the very top of the hair, about 14 centimeters. At the top of the head, about 13. So it's definitely a little bit short. That makes it only about 5 1/4, well, let's say 5 1/2 to the top of the hair and like 5 1/8 to the top of the head. So she's relatively small. I'm not sure if they did that on purpose because she's supposed to be kind of small. I'm hoping that the later figures in the line are scaled with her, because if that's right, then it's fine. But if they're all the same size as her, then they're going to be too small. And I only bring that up because lately a lot of the Figmas have been a little bit taller, even the female characters, so it's potentially problematic, but we'll see. I guess we will see. And this figure does look really nice. You can see the best thing about it probably is the shading on the pants. They absolutely nailed that. It's very difficult to get a nice gradient when you're painting like that. It would have been very easy for them to have like an orange with a yellow with just a little bit of shading in there, but they did a very nice transition. And you can see the paintwork, you can see the tracer text right there. There's lots of little details throughout her suit, her body. And then if you look on the arm, you have the Union Jack up there. We have some text over here on the arm, a little bit more on the top of the backpack. Very, very nicely done. We have the other logo over here. Very, very clean. One issue I have with this though, and we'll talk about it a little bit now, and then you'll see when we look at the accessories, the faces don't quite look right. And I say that in the sense that they made them a little bit too anime. The eyes don't have the depth that they need to have. So it looks like the cartoon version of Tracer rather than the actual animated version, where you actually have a physical eyeball. They're very flat looking inside the goggles, which it's not a big deal by any means. It still looks awesome, but it does have a more anime look to it than the games actually do, which is saying something because the games are particularly stylized. Anyway, let's talk about the accessories. We do have 3 different faces. We have the neutral-ish face, kind of smiling face that comes on her in the package, one where she's looking off to the left with a little bit of a smirk, and then one where she's looking straight forward with an open mouth smile, and they're all very nicely done with the translucent visor on there, the goggles. The anime thing's not a big deal, but it is worth mentioning. We do, of course, have her 2 guns and her bomb, and a whole bunch of different hands. We have the 2 fist hands that come on her in the package, 2 gripping hands, which I'm not quite sure what they're for, 1 2-finger salute, 1 open hand for maybe like holding the bomb or just a style pose. Then we have her 2 trigger finger hands, and then 2 loose, wide open hands. And then lastly, we have her display stand, which is a standard for all Figma releases, but we do have that, so that's nice. Now, as far as the articulation goes on this figure, it's mostly pretty good. We do have a few issues here and there, but mostly it's really solid. We do have a little bit of an offset ball peg for her neck so that she can look up a little bit better, but it does kind of disconnect the head from the neck. That's not uncommon for Figma figures, so it's kind of to be expected. Would have rather it not be the case, but you do get pretty good range out of her head, so very pleased with that. It is your standard Figma ball peg combo, so no issues really there. The hair is nice and pointy, so be aware as you're posing it. You don't want to squeeze too hard. It is very, very sharp, surprisingly sharp. For the shoulders, we have the standard ball peg that Figma likes to use, so the arm moves around in the socket, and then we have the hinge outside of that, and then we have our bicep swivel built into that, and then we also have another one down here at the cuff. Now, the only thing I don't like about the shoulders is that, and we've seen this on other Figmas, they can easily put an extension in there so that you can pop the arms out a little bit so you get better range. As it is, you can really only bring her arms forward if you go up above her boobs, which means you have to lean her over a little bit to get her arms to come straight forward, which is how she holds her guns in the game. So she has to be in like that running pose, which it's not the worst thing in the world, don't get me wrong, it's fine, but in terms of an action figure, you want to be able to put it in other poses than just the iconic ones. So having just a little bit of an extension right there to get past the boobages would have been a good thing. Not necessary, but a good thing. I do want to comment, I didn't really mention it too much, how nicely they sculpted and engineered this whole harness and everything with the little translucent bit on the front to make it look like it's got the light up part. Same thing in the back. Just really, really well done. They really nailed it. Full side to side, really, really well done. Forward and back's working nice too. This piece is kind of a loose piece, so it won't get in the way of posing too much at all. So that's fine. This piece is a separate piece, but as far as I can tell, it's actually connected to the body. So don't try to mess with that too much. That's what these straps are connected to. Even though they're not actually connected, they are connected up there. We do have our standard Figma hips, which give you really solid range going out to the side. Really nice clean sculpts, and you can hide the joint even more using those straps if you want to. But you can see it's just your usual 3-way ball peg with sockets and whatnot in there. So no problems. A little bit of thigh rotation. Bringing the leg forward works pretty well. The crotch is a soft piece, so it does flex. You can't bring the leg too far back, though. Not that you really need to, but you can put her in her poses as is expected. No problems there. Single jointed Figma knee, which works well enough. No real issues there. Could be a little stiffer. You know, Figma's whole thing is they have those really slick joints. Sometimes they're a little too slick, but it's fine. It's not a big deal, and you're going to be able to use the display stand, so no issues. Now, this is the one issue which is objectively problematic. Her shoe, the part that sticks up, is hard plastic. That should have been a separate piece that was glued on that's soft. You cannot bring her foot forward at all. Not at all. She has a toe hinge, which is good, but you cannot bring it forward. That's so disappointing. It goes almost all the way back. You can rotate it around a little bit for an ankle rocker, so that's good. But no range going forward at all. Very disappointing. For somebody as nimble as Tracer, you'd want that extra range. But yeah, guys, it's like a 90% solid, really, really good figure. So very happy to have it. I'm sure you guys will be too. Even if you're not huge fans of Overwatch, it's a really cool design, really cool character, and it's a really cool figure. So I would definitely recommend it. I like it a whole bunch. Most of the things I mentioned aren't actually problems with the figure. The only real one is the ankle. So there it is. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you pick up one of these figures. It's really, really darn good. I think you guys are definitely going to like it. Anyway, we have new videos up every single day. We talk about action figures, movies, video games, TV shows, all kinds of fun stuff. So make sure you come back for that. Give the video a thumbs up if you liked it. And in the meantime, keep collecting.